Have you ever wondered whether spending hundreds more on a flagship robot vacuum actually gets you a better clean? Because after buying both the Ecovacs T90 Pro and the Ecovacs X12 OmniCyclone with my own money, I found that one of the X12's biggest headline features didn't work the way I expected in my home. And depending on your floors, the less expensive T90 might actually be the better buy. And over the next few weeks, I'll be comparing these against other robot vacuums. So if you're trying to buy the best premium robot vacuum for your home, not just the newest one, you'll want to stick around. At first glance, these robots are incredibly similar. Both did an excellent job in my carpet chip test, picked up rice from hard floors with no problem, have very good obstacle avoidance, rarely get stuck, mop extremely well, and have outstanding all-in-one stations that remove almost all the maintenance from owning a robot vacuum. They also share one feature that I think deserves a lot more attention. Instead of leaving grime inside the robot mop basin after every cleaning run, they automatically spray hot water into the onboard dirty water tank and rinse it completely clean. This might not sound exciting, but it's a significant upgrade. With many robot mops, you eventually have to scrub out the onboard dirty water tank yourself to prevent odors, and cleaning these tanks is not pleasant. If you love the idea of your robot basically cleaning itself after every run, both of these do an excellent job. If you're finding this comparison helpful, I've linked both robot vacuums and replacement accessories below. I buy most of the products I review myself because I want to compare them under the same conditions and show where spending more actually makes a difference, and where it doesn't. If this is the kind of testing you're looking for, subscribe, because I've got several more premium robot vacuum comparisons coming soon. So, what does the considerably more expensive X12 actually give you? The first upgrade is the Bagless vacuum system. Instead of replacing dust bags every couple months, you simply remove the canister, dump it in the trash, and put it back. It's definitely convenient. But I also think this upgrade gets a little overhyped. Replacement bags for the T90 are inexpensive. You can usually buy compatible bags for around $20 to $30 for roughly a year's supply. And most of these replacement kits also include new filters, side brushes, roller mops, and main brushes, which you'll eventually need anyway for both the T90 and X12. So while I appreciate the convenience of Bagless collection, I don't think it's the huge money-saving upgrade most people make it out to be. Especially since Ecovacs now offers a version of the X12 with the traditional dust bag. The second major upgrade is the jet mop. This is probably the feature people are talking about the most. The idea is fantastic. When the robot detects a spill, it automatically sprays cleaner on the spot, lets it soak, and then comes back to scrub it away. In theory, that's exactly what robot mops have been missing. Unfortunately, it just didn't work automatically in my home. On both my dark luxury vinyl plank flooring and my lighter patterned LVP tile, it simply wasn't recognizing dried stains consistently. This was honestly a huge disappointment because it's one of the X12's biggest selling points. Now, you can still use the jet mop mode by selecting a room or a zone. When you do that, the robot sprays the entire area, makes 2 passes, washes the mop, and then repeats the process. It works well on most dried spills, but it takes considerably longer, uses more of the specialized cleaner, and requires you to manually start it. The T90 can accomplish something surprisingly similar using its spot clean function. It doesn't spray cleaner first, but in my testing, the end results were very close. So if you have simple, light-colored flooring, the automatic stain detection may work exactly as advertised. But if you have darker or busy pattern floors like mine, this feature may end up being far less useful than you expect. The next upgrade is edge cleaning. The X12's roller mop extends about 1 centimeter farther than the T90's. Honestly, this was another pretty minor improvement. Both robots already clean extremely close to walls. The extra extension mostly helps a little around chair legs and tight corners, but I wouldn't choose one over the other based on this feature alone. The final major upgrade is charging. Both robots use Ecovac's excellent boost charging system that quickly tops off the battery every time the robot returns to wash its mop or empty the dustbin. This means both can clean much larger homes without waiting hours for a recharge. The difference is speed. The X12 restores around 13% of its battery in only 3 minutes, allowing it to get back to cleaning much faster. If you have a very large home or regularly clean on maximum suction or multiple passes because of kids and pets, that faster charging could absolutely be worth paying extra for. But here's where the T90 surprised me. It actually wins where most people care the most: vacuuming. When I was cleaning up heavier dirt, cooking ingredients, and debris tracked in by kids and pets, I consistently noticed the T90 picked up just a little bit more. And that actually makes sense because it's rated for 30,000 PA of suction compared to 22,000 PA on the X12. In many everyday cleaning situations, you probably wouldn't notice the difference, but in those tougher messes, I did. So, after buying both and testing them side by side, I'd actually spend my own money on the T90 Pro. For my home, the X12's biggest upgrades, the jet mop, the Bagless system, and the slightly further extending mop, just weren't enough to justify the higher price. The T90 delivers excellent vacuuming, outstanding mopping, fantastic obstacle avoidance, and one of the best self-cleaning stations I've tested, and stronger suction when it actually mattered. That said, I don't think the X12 is a bad robot at all. If you have light-colored flooring where the jet mop can recognize stains correctly, a very large home that benefits from faster charging, or you really like the convenience of a bagless system, I can absolutely see it being worth the upgrade. The interesting thing is that this isn't really about which robot is better. It's about which robot is better for your home. If you want current pricing, replacement parts, and accessories, you'll find links to everything in the description below. And if you're trying to decide between robot vacuums, subscribe, because I'll be comparing these against several more premium models soon, so you can see exactly where your money makes the biggest difference before you buy.